Hello guys, in this video we will discuss about a machine reference model in the cloud computing. First, introduction to virtualization. When an execution environment is virtualized at unlike levels of the stack of computation, then it requires a reference model which defines the interfaces within the level of abstractions, and this level of abstractions hides the details of implementation. This project is an idea that virtualization technique can substitute any one layer and can intercept the calls which are directed to it. That's why the clear separation within the layer can be simplified their implementations, which only need an emulations for the interfaces and proper response with the underlying layers. In cloud computing, the virtualization plays an important role in the cloud computing. At the base layer, the model of the hardware is declared or manifested on the terms of an architecture, such as instruction set architecture. We can say it is an ISA short form. Now we can see this is the reference model, machine reference model. In this we have four layers: application, libraries, and operating systems and hardware. In between there will be several API, ABI, and ISA. We will see all this in one by one. First one, instruction set architecture. You can see this is instruction set architecture between hardware and the operating system. First, instruction set architecture defines the instruction set for a process, register, memory, and interrupted management. It is an interface between software and hardware. It is mandatory for operating system developers for applications whose directly manages core hardware. The operating systems layer is separated by application binary interfaces from the application and libraries which are managed by the operating system. So the second one is the ABI, application binary interfaces. You can see the ABI lies between the library and the operating system. Application ABI covers facts such as low level data types and call and conventions, and it also defines a format for many programs. Mainly system calls are defined at this level. Moreover, this type of interfaces enables portability of various applications and libraries across OS which employ the same ABI application program interface. Is represented by the high level of abstraction. This API interface application can be libraries on the core OS. For an action is to be performed in application level ABI, and the two which are responsible for to make it done. Mainly CPU runs on two privileged levels, the user mode and the kernel mode, which is the in user mode we can access the memory restricted up to some limit, whereas the peripherals are denied. In kernel mode, CPU instructions has been managed in memory and how to be accessed. It also has instructions which enables access for peripherals like disk and network controllers. CPU switches automatically runs the program. The expansion and applications of computing systems are simplified by this layer approach. Applications of multitasking and coexistence of multiple executing is simplified by the layered approach. There will be privileged and non-privileged instructions are available in the machine reference model. There are also called as, so there are co contains all the fixed points, floating and arithmetic instructions. The instructions which are executed under the particular restrictions and which are frequently used for sensitive operations are known as privileged instructions. So you can see here the ring 1 is most privileged instructions that are executed by the kernel. First it should be executed. It is also called as supervisor mode, and the ring 1 and ring 2 will be the privileged mode that are executed by the operating system, and the last one is ring 3. It is least privileged. It can be used by the users. It is also called as user mode. In this slide what I explained all these here, you can read it. Then what is the need of virtualization and its reference model? So major needs of virtualization: enhanced performance, limited use of resources, shortage of space, eco-friendly initiatives, administrative cost. We will see in detail about it. First one, enhanced performance. Currently the end user systems PCs is sufficient powerfully to fulfill the basic computations requirements of the user, which varies additional capabilities which are rarely used by the users. Most of their systems have sufficient resources which can host a virtual machine manager and can perform a virtual machine with accessible performance so far. Then the second one is limited use of hardware and software. It can be underutilization of hardware and software resources, has all the PCs of the users are sufficiently capable to fulfill their regular computation needs. That's why many of the computers are used often, which can be used in 24 hours without any interruption. This environment is possible to attain which in the helps of virtualization. Then the shortage of space, the regular requirement for an additional capacity, whether memory storage or compute power, leads data centers rise rapidly. Companies like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon develop their infrastructure by building the data centers as per their need. Mostly, enterprises are unable to pay to build any other data centers to accommodate additional resources capacity. This heads to the diffusion of a technique which is known as server consolidation. And the next one is eco-friendly initiatives. At this time, corporations are actively seeking for various methods to minimize their expenditures on power which is consumed by their systems. Then the data centers are mainly power consuming, and maintaining the data centers operations need a continuous power supply as well as good amount of energy is needed to keep them cool for well functioning. We require more data centers for the storing of the data. It is not much easy to provide the data centers for all. That's why only several companies are initiated with the data centers, with their own data centers, and providing that to other companies. And administrative cost, the rise in demand for capacity that convert into more servers in a data center, accountable for significant increase in administrative costs, hardware monitoring, defective hardware replacement, backups, and included in common system administrative tasks. These are personal initiatives operations. The administrative cost is increased as per the number of servers virtualizations, decreases number of required services for the given workload, hence reduces the cost of the employee. This is all about the machine reference model. Thank you.